Okay. There we go. Reverend Amy Garber is our speaker today. She owns and runs the Enlightened Soul Center and shop for the intuitive and holistic arts in Ann Arbor. It was established in 2016. The center provides classes and sessions and body, mind, spirit activities, and she sells products to support them. In 2016, she was ordained by Reverend Daniel Chesbro of New York into the priesthood of the Order of Melchizedek. Did I say it right? No. That's why I asked her to say it.
And then there's also the Hebrew Melchizedek. He sometimes says Melchizedek. Yeah, he's a biblical figure. He's been anyway. Can go on.
Okay. Amy became an active student of metaphysics in 1993, studying with spiritualist ministers such as our own COE's Reverend Ken Nowaczewski. She has been offering psychic and channeled readings since 1999. Amy also performs past life healing regressions, which allows you not to only see your past lives, but then go back and heal them. She has been teaching intuition development classes for 11 years, and many of her students are now professional readers. And please welcome Amy Garber.
Oh. Right. Thank you, Gina, for
You're
that
welcome.
lovely introduction.
Thank you.
So, I don't need to see who's on here until we do messages. Okay. We're fine. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. I didn't realize how much of an introduction I wrote. That was a heck of a lot. I think you'd probably cut it down next time, but at least it's more current than the last one. So, hi, Reverend Ken. He was one of my teachers, and he's missed. So, the thing that I do is I've been able to channel my message when I come here, and with permission from the church. And those of you who may not know what channeling is, I'll just give you a quick understanding. It's I'm connecting with my spirit guide team. There's a team that usually works with me when I'm channeling for the public instead of just readings. There's where I set my consciousness aside somewhat. So it takes a minute as I raise my vibration and bring them in. And channeling allows us to have them come more into the body even and use the body if necessary, like for gesturing and what have you, compared to just getting messages outside of us. There are channels who are, I don't want to say unconscious, but trance channels who go out of the body and aren't aware of what's being said or what's happened until they come back. And then there's conscious. So I'm the conscious type of channel where I'm here, and then since I'll hear the words coming in, and I'll sometimes react because I can tell what's coming forward, but it's my job to just step aside and let what they want to say come through. So I will hear it. The benefit is that I might hear it myself. Of course, it's going to be recorded today too, and perhaps benefit from it as well. But typically, it's like I meditated for a bunch of hours. When I'm done, I won't remember very much. It'll start to fade more and more. Um, and that's the point, is I'm stepping aside my consciousness to let spirit come in. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. The topic they gave me was, how will you choose? Which is why we have the wonderful music and the joke even and all of that. The chair's purpose is to go with the theme. So I'm glad they could work with that theme. And beyond that, I'm not quite sure what's going to be said. So we allow spirit to work through me. So with that understanding, give me a moment here and we'll get in gear. So I don't know, some of you may even, sometimes people see the energy or see things change. You may observe changes on the face, possibly. I usually do it with my eyes closed. we'll see what they want me to do. We are all one, are we not? And we are here seeing, but not through the eyes, not the physical eyes. We are love, we radiate love out to the audience here in the physical and beyond. We work with the voice box, trying to keep from muttering and getting the volume up so all can be heard. Thank you for being here today. So we come in this life with our wisdom and knowledge intact from source consciousness, and then we release it, often slowly, sometimes very quickly, so that we are able to function in the physical 3D world of the earth plane. And we choose this consciously and dynamically. We choose many things as we come into the earth plane for this incarnation. We choose our bodies. We choose our birth family, other family, soul connections along the way, choice points, many things are chosen. When we are challenged in this lifetime by something, it is good to remind self, perhaps I actually made this choice in the spirit world to have this challenge, this conflict, and to learn from it and grow. And then perhaps it is easier to accept, and perhaps not, but we have much choice. Also, when we come into the earth life and we go about this incarnation, we have choice points in our lives. It is not all written in stone. Otherwise, what would be the point of coming here and going through the mechanics of everything that is already decided? It is not so. We have set up usually different lessons, perhaps even details of different ways to meet the lessons. There is also free will. So as we are learning and deciding things on this level, we make choices and others make choices. So it is dynamic in that sense. Understand. We realize this is not a class, so people may not feel comfortable responding, but you can, in your mind, respond, at least. So many of you have certain challenges today, perhaps that you did not have yesterday, and know that you may or may not have tomorrow. We have choices to make about how we will live, how we will react, what we will say, what we will not say, what we will do, what we will not do. And so do others. As the wonderful quote beginning the service said, we learn from mistakes, from bad actions. Really, there is no good or bad, we could say, from unenlightened actions on ourselves, part, and others. And we learn from those how to make different choices, how to avoid in some cases, how to move ahead and not avoid, how to react, right? And that is the point. So there is no failure. There is no failure. If you were to come into the earth plane with the goal, let's say, of learning more self-love, accepting more self-love, accepting love from others, and increasing your self-love, how would you go about that? Would you choose for your earth experience to be surrounded by people who love you, who are constantly showering that love on you, reflecting that love to you? Because if you can't accept it and feel that self-love yourself, an illustration is it could bounce right off, right? It is the more lasting lesson and the harder choice to have someone in the life who does not reflect that to us. As hard as that might be to understand now, we can learn from this by feeling the feelings and knowing this does not feel good, and ultimately saying, this is not about me, or I reject this. I deserve love. I love myself. I will let that behavior go. I will not let it in to my personal energy field or my body temple, right? And this is how we really learn it, when we are able to acknowledge that for ourselves and change it within us. And then we can, ideally, bless those who are reflecting to us that which we do not want. They are our teachers. Not to condone other behaviors that are abusive, harmful, but the idea of learning ourselves how to take in what we want and reject what we don't want can be a hard choice to make, an important choice, however, to make. We choose so many of these things, how far they go, how long they last, how deeply they affect. Those are matters of free will, generally speaking. So we see life as like a pinball machine, which is an old style reference, but we use it because there is the physical connection. A real pinball machine has the buttons, the levers, and it has the ball, and you're bouncing off things, going from one thing to the other. Some of the paths are very easy and obvious that the ball can take. Some others will take you on a side road and drop you down where you didn't want to go. It's that combination of self-determination and free will versus what we planned for ourselves. It's like that combination, if that makes sense. Right. So how will you choose? How will you choose? There are things you may be deciding on, many in this audience today. When you hear this, whenever it is heard, So there are many ways we could suggest that you choose rightly for yourself, for the highest good of all concerned and yourself. You can get quiet. You can go in nature to get quiet or ground yourself wherever you are. You can then feel and think about and see what comes in, making the choice by that. Our bodies are intuitive tools, and they do not lie. If you are making a choice and you feel like a pull in the gut in a negative sense, then that should tell you there's something there that you don't want to go into, that you want to avoid. There are ways to enhance your intuitive experience. If you were making a choice, let's say between several options, and you write one each on a piece of paper, fold it up, mix it around, choose one of the folded papers, you see what that one is after asking for guidance to make that perfect choice. Even if it's, you can experiment, it can be something that's not supremely important, such as where you might go for the weekend, see what comes up, listening to spirit that way, giving us another tool with which to work to help you with your choices. Right. Going out in nature, clearing oneself, journaling is another way to get to the heart of how you feel about something. Often in the human dimension, we operate on automatic, right? It's like we put our internal GPS on and we're going through the motions of our job or our relationship or what have you, and we don't really stop to feel and observe and understand. Many advocate journaling even in the morning to get a plan for the day. Ask, what do I need to know? Where do you need to send me? What will I say? How should I choose? See what comes up and practicing that. Many times it will be null and void. As we practice more, we may get more. Some days, very little. We have much in the way of choice. You may have heard the term co-creators. We are co-creators on the earth plane, manifesting, law of attraction. Those ideas stem from this premise. And we could say power by making choices. Visualizing, the channel uses this a lot. She keeps thinking about something that she wants to affect, often thinking because there isn't time to act on it right away, but it keeps popping in the mind. Oh, yes, I want to get that done. I want to, in this case, get a new kitchen faucet. Mine was not working properly and is pretty broken now. So we want a new one. Keep thinking about it. Got to make time. Got to figure out where. Got to read reviews. Not sure what to choose. All we do is think about it. And now one has materialized where someone has said, I have a kitchen faucet I'd like to get rid of, and I will come install it for you. And so it happens. Co-creating. We co-create without intention. Let's co-create with intention and choice and be aware of what we're thinking, feeling, imagining. Right. avoiding worry as much as possible because that is still co-creating. We say it is like praying for what you don't want because you were worrying, you were putting in your mind something you don't want to happen. Change it to what you do want to happen. The channel would tell her mother when the mother would say, I'm afraid for you driving home at night by yourself. And the channel would say, turn it around and imagine that I'm home, peaceful ride, and home safe. Just turn that around in your mind and you're projecting that out instead. All the better. We are grateful to be a part of this experience today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
Thank you. It doesn't matter. You're